Hello, children. Today we are going to enjoy an interesting poem, Shooting Star, composed by Santhini Govindan. Santhini Govindan is an Indian writer of children's stories and poems. She has written over 30 books for children of all ages. She has received several awards for her work. These are a few of her famous books. What do you know about a shooting star? A shooting star is not really a star. What is it then? What is it made of? Why does it fly? And why does it light up? As you have read in science, there are small bodies traveling in space, which are called meteoroids. These are made of rocks and dust. Meteoroids travel around the sun. Our planet Earth has a layer of gas around it. If and when a meteoroid enters this layer of gas, it gets heated up and starts shining. That is when we can see it. Shooting star is another name for a meteoroid. In simple words, we can say that shooting stars are small pieces of rocks and they look like stars. They burn brightly and quickly shoot across the sky. Theme of the poem. In the poem, the speaker loves looking at the shooting stars and wants to be their friend. She wonders where a shooting star goes and what it does. Whenever I see a shooting star whizzing across the dark night sky, I marvel at its beauty from afar and wonder what is it doing and why. Could the shooting star be a happy star, trying to turn cartwheels in the sky? Or could it be just an adventurous star that has decided to try and learn to fly? Perhaps it's a star that's got bored of its place, high up in the crowded Milky Way. Maybe that's why it's trying to race to find another galaxy in which to stay. Or could a shooting star just be a lonely star in search of a friend who'll be true? So perhaps if I get a shooting star to notice me, I'll soon be whizzing through the Milky Way too. Whenever I see a shooting star whizzing across the dark night sky, I marvel at its beauty from afar and wonder what is it doing and why. What is the speaker doing in the poem? The speaker is looking at the night sky and watching a shooting star whiz past. Whizzing means moving quickly through the air with a whistling sound. She marvels at its beauty from a distance. Marvel means to show wonder and surprise at something. So the speaker is enjoying the beauty of the shooting star while wondering what it was trying to do and why. Could the shooting star be a happy star, trying to turn cartwheels in the sky? Or could it be just an adventurous star that has decided to try and learn to fly? How does the speaker connect what the star is doing with an expression of happiness? She imagines it is turning cartwheels to express its joy. See How the girl is turning cartwheels. Cartwheel means where a person uses his or her hands and feel to move like a wheel. She connects cartwheels with happiness because she thinks that is the way children display their joy. The speaker thinks that the shooting star has decided to learn to fly because it is adventurous. Adventurous means not afraid of trying new and exciting things. She thinks the shooting star wants to go to new places and have new experiences. Why does she say it could be a bold star? She wonders if it is trying to do something that only birds can do, fly. Perhaps it's a star that's got bored of its place, high up in the crowded Milky Way. Maybe that's why it's trying to race, to find another galaxy in which to stay. The speaker goes a step further to wonder whether the shooting star was bored of being in the same place with many other stars and if it was looking for another galaxy. What makes her think the star could be looking for a new place to live? She imagines it to be tired of living with a crowd of stars on the Milky Way, and therefore it was trying to find a new home in a less crowded galaxy. Milky Way is the galaxy which includes the Sun, the Earth, and all the other planets. Or could a shooting star just be a lonely star in search of a friend who will be true? So perhaps if I get a shooting star to notice me, I'll soon be whizzing through the Milky Way too. The speaker wonders if one of the reasons for the star to shoot down in the sky could be its search for a true friend because it is lonely in the Milky Way. The speaker says that if she is noticed by the star, then she would be whizzing through the Milky Way with the star as its friend. Who is whizzing in the second line and who is in the last line? The shooting star is whizzing in the second line, while the speaker hopes to be whizzing with the shooting star in the last line. She wants the shooting star to notice her and expresses a desire to fly through the night sky across the Milky Way. Children, does the speaker want to be friends with the shooting star? Yes, the speaker wants to be friends with the shooting star. She feels curious about its actions, admires its beauty, and marvels at its actions. She imagines the different reasons why the shooting star could be whizzing across the night sky. She also says that if the shooting star notices her, then she would love to fly through the Milky Way. Now let's discuss poetic devices. Poetic devices are tools that a poet uses to create rhyme, enhance a poem's meaning, or intensify a mood or feeling. The poetic devices used in the poem Shooting Star are personification. It is a device in which an object, idea, or animal is given human characteristics. Examples of expressions of actions connected with people are to turn cartwheels, to race, and descriptive adjectives connected with people are happy, adventurous, bored, lonely. The speaker's thoughts are closely associated with human activities and thinking. She imagines the shooting star as another child with feelings, doing what a child would do. Second is alliteration. It is the repetition of the beginning sound in two or more nearby words. Authors add alliteration to entertain their readers and draw attention to a phrase or a sentence. Examples: wonder, what, why, trying to turn or trying to. Children, if you were watching the night sky during summer, what would you look for? Why? Have you noticed clouds looking like creatures and changing to form new shapes? What would we generally imagine the shapes to be? Why do we do that? Just think about these points. Children, I hope you have enjoyed the poem and it is clear to you. Now, read it once more from your Gulmohar literature book for better understanding. Be ready with your queries. We will discuss them in the online class tomorrow. Thank you.